everybody, I've been doing a little bit of shopping at Sephora and I wanted to show you my loot. But not just any loot, not just a simple haul, nay, we're gonna put it on our face and see how it applies. And you know I love to encourage the shopping your stash and using the products that you have, but also for reviewing purposes on YouTube, it's also fun to see what's new. So my friends, let's have a little play with some new makeup. Zooming you in so you can see, I put my hair out of my face just so we get the full visual, and I also already filled in my brows because we have a new brow product later that we'll talk about. But let's start with the base. Now, I have been loving so much the Haus Labs Skin Tech Foundation. So I am gonna be using that today, but I did get a new primer and I also purchased the matching concealer, which was newer in and is a product that I haven't tried to go with it. So that's what we're doing today. Now, Peter Thomas Roth came out with this Instant Firm X Glow Filter Priming Serum. You guys know how I've been feeling about hydrating primers, but I'm always down to add some kind of glow to my base to just put some life in. Sometimes in the warmer weather, it's nice to just wear something glowy by itself with sunscreen, maybe a tinted sunscreen. Like, I definitely like to play with the options, but what excited me about this one was that they didn't just do a consumer study, which I don't know if you guys have ever looked into this. I don't know so much about it, but a lot of brands will come out with products and be like, here's our study. And it's a consumer study, and that basically just means that they sent out products to people and asked for their opinion. They send out a little survey and you fill it in. So there's a difference between the consumer study and the clinical study. I like that this one did both. So they did a consumer study, which is fine, but they also did a clinical study, which again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a well-studied person, but that does make me feel better that they put in the effort to do that extra level of a clinical study. So I was like, you know what? Peter Thomas Roth is a skincare brand. I'm excited to give this a go. So basically it says it's gonna instantly illuminate and help sculpt and firm the look of skin over time. So like, okay, let's put it on and see if these claims are true. I also like that this shade is like very peachy bronzy, so I feel like for those of us who are a little bit more pale, it's gonna add a really nice sheen on the skin. So I'm applying that on top of my skincare. I've got my hydrating serum and my face cream on. Also, this packaging really looks like the Smashbox primers. Very, very similar looking. Anyway, I'm gonna put that on. I love the color. There's not too much of like there's not any chunky bits or anything, which many glowy primers can have, those like big crystally chunky glimmer bits, which are super annoying. This does feel very nice. I also would like everyone to collectively ignore my peeling tan on my neck. I don't know what's wrong with me in the tanning front, but I'm never able to like fully exfoliate it. Like, I literally just have to wait and sit for like 3 days for it to be done peeling. LOL, help. So it's supposed to give us a sheer radiant tint. I definitely see the like pigment on the edges of my face, like the colors kind of building up around there, which can often happen with products like these and also tinted sunscreens if you're more pale. So that's kind of not great, especially for those of us who have like sideburns and product curdles in there. So maybe this is something I would keep for the summertime or when I have a tan on, when I'm my skin's a little bit deeper, but we'll see. What do you guys feel about these skincare promising products? All right, let's go in with the Haus Labs foundation. I'm going to apply a layer of this on. I love to use my IT Cosmetics number 7 brush to apply this. And I'm using the shade 110 Light Neutral. And I'm just going to put that all over my face. I've been loving this so much. It's such a beautiful foundation. I was really happy to have rediscovered this in my makeup collection. And it just swiftly became a top favorite in these recent weeks. And it's just for those days where I want to feel a little bit more glam, more put together. It does have a lot of skin benefit promises. I love the idea of makeup products like these that are making your skin better over time. And I love the very, very glowy finish. If you have oily skin, I don't know. You can let us know what your experience is with this, but it is very, very dewy, very glowy, and it does have a nice like medium to more full coverage. And if you have more dry skin, it's a beautiful one to try. Let me just wipe that off my lips real quick. I'm just gonna quickly hop over to my cream bronzer contour. I'm using the Vive Modern Radiance in the shade Light, and I'm just gonna do a little bit of sculpting. Nothing new to see here. She is beautiful. The glow on my face right now is on another level. I'm literally reflective. I am reflecting. Okay, but the bronzer's on. Let's go in with the Haus Labs concealer. I got this one in the shade 04 Fair Neutral. It's like quite a bit lighter than the foundation that I have, which kind of surprises me. This is what I get for ordering these things online. But that's kind of nice for brightening up underneath the eyes, which I'm okay with. And I also do love to have my more hydrating options for this area as well. So let's just give it a go and see how it blends out. We also have some very nice coverage from the foundation, so I'm not too concerned. I am happy to do this little highlighting moment. Also this monster monster on my chin. Came out of nowhere this morning. So before I highlight that area, let me actually just take a tiny little bit of this NARS matte concealer because I do not want this reflecting into the earth. This is the soft matte concealer. And then I'll just take a little bit of this and just, you know, I like to brighten up around my mouth too because it's just so sad. And let's see how she blends in. It's already kind of melting into my skin, which is something I love to see in a concealer. Usually when I love a concealer, it kind of does that pre-melting. Like before you even blend it in with a sponge or a brush, it's already settling into the skin. And for me, that's usually a good, happy sign. It's just melting away and you hardly have to do anything. That is a good concealer in my books. Now I'm assuming that the formula is similar to the foundation, so if that's the case, then it's gonna wear so beautifully throughout the day. But I actually just like this combination of shades. I like that I'm getting a little bit more of that cool neutral undertone, and it's kind of brightening up my under eyes, which is what I'm looking for ultimately. Also, I really wanted to film this in natural light so that you guys could see, but apologies because it is a rainy day and the sun has just poked up out of the clouds, so pardon, we were getting a little bright there. I have lost my eyebrow, but the skin is looking cute. Now I'm not gonna set any of this in just yet. I am gonna let this chill for a minute because I do wanna move on to the eyes just in case anything goes awry. We'll have the ability to fix it. Now, I'm biting my tongue here. I'm biting my tongue here because you guys know how I feel about eyeshadow palettes, but I did a huge declutter of eyeshadow palettes and only a few remain. But Makeup by Mario came out with a new neutral palette, literally called Master Mattes The Neutrals. And I love my Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette so much, but it is very much on the warm side of life. So when I saw this and we have entered this cool toned life, I did scream a little bit. I was like, okay, fine, Makeup by Mario, I will buy this palette for you. And from what I've seen online, it's kind of a cool toned lover's perfection in a matte palette. So I did pick up another eyeshadow palette. I did break my kind of self-induced makeup eyeshadow palette no-buy for this, so I hope you're happy. But I did want to give you guys my thoughts and play with it a little bit because it does look stunning and it kind of just fills that void of the cool tone matte eyeshadows that I actually have in my life right now. So I just thought we could do a little play. So to start, I'm just going to take a little soft bone shadow here and put that all over the lid to just set in the concealer that I've now put on my face. There's a gal, Kensington, on TikTok who is just absolutely divine. I have met her in person and I can say she looks even more beautiful in real life. Her skin is like, well, it's unlike anything I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, she did a little collaboration with Makeup by Mario for the launch of this palette, and this makeup look that he did on her, this eyeshadow, is like, oh, to die for. Stunning, truly beautiful. And this really did sell me on this palette, might I add. It just looked so soft and delicate and smoky and 90s and delightful, and I just loved it. Let's go in with this shade. It's a little bit of a warmer, lighter shadow, and I'm just gonna blend that into the crease as well. It's also been so long since I've put eyeshadow on. Truly, I've just been living in the Armani eye tints, wearing them every single day. And I feel so out of touch with eyeshadow. I don't even know how to do it anymore. I'm like, how do I blend? Help! I'm gonna take a little bit of this more gray tone, which I love to see so much, and use that to just chisel out the crease a little bit. Okay, I also wanna take a little bit of this pinky hue too, because I think that would be really nice. I'll blend it in with this. And then taking this lighter bone shadow and just using that right on the inner corner. I just want to touch the lower lash line a little bit, so I am actually going to take my Givenchy No. 3 loose setting powder and just use that to set the under eyes. And I'm going to use that same gray brown on the lower lash line. I'm going to use a bit of this deeper brown on the lash line. And I'm gonna leave the shadow there. I love it. I love the tones in this. I really think it's so pretty. And then for mascara, I'm gonna use the Lisa Eldridge Kitten Lash Mascara, which I have just been obsessed with. I'm just gonna quickly set in the rest of my face because I'm glowing away. Now the next new makeup product that I was really excited about was the Anastasia Brow Freeze gel. Now, if you remember, I had my moment with the brow freeze for sure. I love anything that promises a good, slicked, licked brow. And I just, for curiosity's sake, had to try the brow freeze in its gel format because we all know the love for the little brow freeze original, and I just simply had to see. So let's set these brows up and see how it looks. Right away, it's definitely much more goopy. Wow. Wow. I like that the wand is nice and sturdy. It's not bending and bobbling away. I can really use it to like shape and sculpt the brows. I mean, it looks great. I can't talk about its lasting power as of yet, but love how it combs through the brow. Definitely a more laminated look. I probably could have done this before putting my foundation on, but that just doesn't work for me. I know people say that is what you're supposed to do, but I always end up ruining my brows when I'm putting my foundation on anyway. I always have to redo it at the end anyway. So far so good. They look slicked and licked for sure. Always love me a good new brow gel. Now for blush, this was for research purposes only. I simply had to let you guys know how I felt about the new shade of the Patrick Ta blush. They brought out the shade Just Enough, which is the bright, light, cool tone pink, which is everything that I love in a blush. And his other pink blush is a lot more warm and deep for my skin tone. This is definitely right up my alley. I do love the versatility of having the cream and the powder for travel. So if the shade was right, that sounds great to me. So I simply had to try. This is the new blush duo shade. Eee! Do we have all the pinks already? Yes, we do. Did we need a new pink blush? No, we didn't, but this is for science. Okay, using my Rephr 04 brush as always. Let's apply the cream blush first. Ooh, very cool toned indeed. Perfect match for this Makeup by Mario eyeshadow that we've got going on. Love how juicy and dewy it is. You definitely get a lot of pigment, which is nice. It's that perfect light, fresh baby doll pink, which is just right up my alley. I just love shades like this. I can't help myself. In hindsight, I should have applied the powder first, based on the Patrick Ta method. Let's just see how this settles in on top. Oh, lots of dust coming off. Okay. Pigment. It's funny. I actually feel like the cream blush on the skin looks like how the powder blush looks like in the pan. Does that make sense? When I put the powder on top, it became so much warmer, but the cream alone was nice and fresh and bright. How does that happen? Definitely gotta tone this down a bit. I'm just gonna take my foundation brush and run over that. The overall tone, I love so much. Like there's nothing that could peel me away from my bright, cool tone pink. Approved. I'm gonna set this in with my Benefit setting spray. And let's get something on these lips. As per a lot of people's recommendation on the internet, I've been using the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude, filling the void of our cool toned nude beige loss. Thank you, NYX, forever. I feel like with this blush, I don't even need a highlighter. Like the cream itself is so juicy and glowy. Now for the rest of the lips, I have to be honest, there's so many new lip products. Always, there's so many new lip products to always kind of sort through. I did actually pick up a few of the Benefit lip tints, which I was excited about. I feel like it really wouldn't suit the vibe of this makeup though, so we'll just have to test that another time. I will keep you guys updated, but I was excited about this because the Benetint is the first product Benefit ever came out with, so for them to come out with a lip stain, I was like, okay, we gotta try that. But I was really excited and curious about the new MAC Maximal lipsticks, and also a little bit confused because they have so many lip products, but from what I gathered, this replaced their matte lipsticks. And the matte lipsticks, like one of the OG lip products I ever used back in 2014 when I worked at MAC, like Honey Love used to be my go-to favorite nude of all time. So I was like, well, I have to play with the new Honey Love lipstick and see what's up. Now I already have been. I have been wearing this. I've already been using and loving this lip combo. I think it's so pretty. The MAC matte lipsticks, like truly you could find any color that you're looking for. They have every shade that you could ever possibly need in their matte formula, and this is the newest launch. It's a new and improved, better, longer lasting, more comfortable matte formula. So take with that what you will. Honey Love, baby. It's been a minute, and she is as beautiful as ever. And this actually paired with Iconic Nude is so pretty. So pretty. And I have been wearing this combo a lot. But to go on top, I also wanted to show you guys the new Armani Prisma Glass lip glosses. My favorite of the 5 shades that they launched is number 2. I think this is a really pretty, nice, subtle pink. And adding a little pink sheen on top of a nude lip like this, I think is just always a combo that looks so good. If you guys watched the vlog, you would have seen this whole adventure, but the pink, oh, it goes so nicely with the blush. I love a good matching moment. I do love when a shade in particular kind of stands out. I really do love this shade of pink. I think it's very pretty, and this formula is very comfortable on the lips, not thick, not sticky at all. So if you don't like to be bothered with your lip gloss, but you still want it to have that glassy shine, this is a beautiful new option from Armani. And this, my friends, is the finished look. Listen, I've got to say, this is a good lineup of new makeup. All these makeup products just really fit into that glowing and fabulous category. I am thrilled, and I have to say, as a non-regular eyeshadow wearer, I was positively floored and delighted and thrilled by the new Makeup by Mario eyeshadow palette. So many new beautiful goodies here to consider if you're in the market to shop for some new products, but I would love to hear what you guys think of this makeup look. Please let me know in the comments down below any products that you are loving. Do you have your eye on any things coming up in the Sephora sale? And if you wanted me to do a separate Sephora sale video, I'm happy to give you a nice roundup of some of my current faves. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this look, and I will see you all soon for a new video. Bye!